My name is William Dranginis. I run the Virginia Bigfoot Research Organization out of Manassas, Virginia. Virginia Bigfoot Research Organization is pretty simple. We take sightings from around Virginia and document those and then repost those to the website, basically to allow others to see the sightings that have occurred in Virginia and the locations. Back in 1995, I was looking for a hobby, and I was metal detecting. I've always wanted to do it, and I purchased a metal detector and had some good times looking around the woods, mostly Civil War relics and things like that. Two friends of mine, which are FBI agents at the time, both are retired now, gave us pretty much an open invite to visit their property and a property across the street to look for Civil War relics. We were walking down a logging road, a hard-packed logging road, and I was behind the two agents, and we were walking back, and one of the agents basically threw out his arms and he said, "Stop," and he dropped his detector on the ground, and he moved his arm up and he pointed towards an area of the woods, and he said, "From my shoulder to the tip of my finger, 75 feet in behind that tree is a man." At that time, both agents drew their weapons. I crouched sort of behind them, not knowing what to expect. I've never been in that type of a situation before. About 3 seconds after that, I was looking at the actual trees where he was pointing to, and from about, I was expecting a man to look, but about the creature that we saw was about 7 feet tall. It actually popped its head from behind the tree, looked at us briefly, and then pulled its head back. At that point, I knew that it wasn't a man. It was something much larger than a man. This creature started running from our left to right in full view. It was not a bear, it was not a man in a suit, it was no other animal. It was a Bigfoot type creature. Since I worked with surveillance cameras and surveillance systems, I thought it would be a perfect application to build my own surveillance system to catch these creatures on film. I thought within 2 years I'd get a great video of these things. So what I did was basically build a camera system that is buried below ground, and the only thing that comes up is the camera itself and the microphone. And it's triggered by 3 passive infrared detectors that if anything came within a certain area of the camera, it would turn the system on, record for 1 minute, and then go back to its sleep state. Right now, if we were out in the woods, we would be setting up the camera. The camera would actually, could be up to 150 feet away from the actual receive unit. It's a hardwired camera. It's what they call a lipstick camera, low light resolution. As soon as there's motion in the image, there's a little, right down here you see the record. That means that it's actually recording now. And the green light on the digital video recorder, the iGotcha, is blinking. That means we're actually recording the video now. The iGotcha camera system will actually turn on a night vision device or an image intensifier, so you could plug in any type of camera. It's not limited to one type of camera, black and white or color. You have many options that way. But the selling point of the camera system and also the use of this camera system is great because you could bury the majority of the system below ground. Again, out of sight, out of mind. The smells are buried below ground, where you just have a small camera cable coming up out of the ground, and that could be mounted in a natural concealment as a tree branch, a rock, a brush pile. So it's pretty covert in the way that it's hidden. So I think as long as most of the equipment is buried below ground and the camera itself is hidden in a covert way, and it does not produce the ultrasonic sound, and I made sure that that does work. The cameras are ultrasonic soundproof, so they don't produce any sound. Any plastics that are used in the systems are FDA approved, meaning that the plastic does not outgas or smell. So I think it's pretty inert, the whole system, and I'm hoping that'll be the key to get these creatures on film.